as WA-SEN students, it's our responsibility to educate but not lobby.
There's like a very fine line between advocacy and lobbying, and basically to make sure you're not accused of lobbying, just don't say any bill numbers, don't talk about specific legislation.
And there are a couple of key phrases. I think Kelsey and Mustafa covered it really well. There are ways to kind of draw the conversation a little bit back. I had a similar experience when, there was a specific piece of legislation relative to kind of, the subject was coming up, and a legislator was really interested in talking about it and getting into the weeds. And one of my fellow, group members, actively said, well, we'd really like to draw back the conversation to talk about our stories and individual experiences. And I would, use and think of phrases similar to that when you prepared. So whenever you go into these meetings, if something starts to shift in a more specific manner, you can bring up one of those things and say, well, can we step back and talk a little bit more about, this specific experience that Kelsey or Mustafa is sharing today? And typically that switch will turn on with the legislator, and they will, try to get back to the subject of the meeting rather than moving on and kind of talking about this piece of legislation. So sometimes it requires a little bit more emphasis, but some other times it's just a gentle reminder that they might need to, just stay on topic. They're lawmakers. So, they a lot of times the meetings that they do have are really centered about, I don't like this bill, or this bill I support. So your meeting might be one of those meetings that's a little unconventional to them, but equally as important in the process. So.